Breaking news, the hits just keep coming for the Dallas Mavericks. Not only are Mavs fans still furious over the trade of Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers, but now the team is dealing with a serious lack of depth at the center position with everybody, it seems, getting hurt. Now we've got an update on Daniel Gafford, and he will be out for a significant amount of time. A grade 3 right MCL sprain. That is not good. Grade 3 will miss at least 6 weeks. So right now, here we are, middle of February, and 6 weeks, his regular season could effectively be over for Daniel Gafford. That's what this could potentially push towards, especially if he's just going to be reevaluated in 6 weeks and then have to ramp back up. The regular season could now be in jeopardy for Daniel Gafford. Gafford, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively now all expected to be out significant stretches of the second half of the season. The Mavericks were a team, after making the Luka trade, the one thing that they could hang their hat on and say, yeah, but, right? Fans are angry, they're upset, but we should have a killer defense. We should be so good defensively because we added Max Christie, who's a good defensive player, but more important, Anthony Davis is an all-world defender. Plus, we're going to add these bigs. We've got these bigs he's playing with. We've got Daniel Gafford. We've got Derek Lively. There are teams that are jealous of the Mavs center rotation because of the players that they've got there. And now all three of them are out at the same time. An absolutely brutal blow to the Dallas Mavericks. Anthony Davis, fortunately, Mark Stein reported just the other day that they're hopeful that he will avoid surgery due to his adductor injury. So maybe there's some hope there. Anthony Davis, had he had surgery, his season was probably over. But you got to wonder at this point, is the Mavs season going to be over anyway? If they can't get those three guys back, are they going to struggle to win basketball games? You look at this, the Mavs right now, plus 2.2 when it comes to point differential. They're on a one-game win streak. All right, they won their last game. But they're the 8th seed right now in the West. And they're only a game and a half up on the 10 seed. They're 2.5 games up on the Phoenix Suns for the 11 seed. There's still a lot of basketball left to be played, and it is very much in question. The Mavs are already saying that they're going to be very careful with Anthony Davis and bringing him back. So if Anthony Davis, let's say he misses the bulk of the remainder of the season, Derek Lively as well, and let's say Daniel Gafford is out for the season, by the time those guys are getting ready to come back, it may be too late. The Sacramento Kings, they're trying to make a push up in the standings. They've won the last 3. The Golden State Warriors, they added Jimmy Butler. They want to make a real run here with Steph. The Phoenix Suns, well, the Suns are a mess. They've lost their last 3. Maybe that's the saving grace. Maybe that's it right there. Maybe that is the saving grace for the Dallas Mavericks, that it's as simple as the Phoenix Suns are going to trip and stumble and fall all over themselves, and Kevin Durant is going to get traded this summer, which is probably going to happen. And that is what's going to keep the Mavs in the postseason and maybe get them the 10 seed. But, you know, I talked about this the other day. The Dallas Mavericks have a very difficult schedule coming up. It's not going to be easy for them to pick up wins here in the West. And now you're missing all of this depth at the center position. Again, Max Christie has been fantastic for them. I'm so happy for him and the way he's been playing. But you look at their schedule, my goodness. What are they going to, I mean, without any of their center depth, they take on New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans isn't going to punish you that much. But you take on Golden State, guess what that can do? Flip-flop you in the standings, right? Golden State's going to catch up a lot if they win that game. Now, does Golden State hurt you a ton for not having center depth? No, but that's how you could hurt Golden State in a Mavs-Warriors matchup. The Mavs would have crushed Golden State in the paint. Now that's not going to happen. You take on the Lakers, there's going to be a lot of emotion behind that game. The Lakers don't have much in the middle now after trading Anthony Davis, but the Lakers still have LeBron. They still have Luka. Charlotte, okay, that's not going to hurt you too much. Maybe Mark Williams is playing. We'll see. Depends on whether or not the Hornets agree with the Lakers' physical assessment there. But Milwaukee, who's going to be in the paint when Giannis comes rumbling down the lane? Nobody. They've got Kyler Kelly right now. That's it. Sacramento, Sabonis. Good luck. Milwaukee again. Here comes Giannis. Memphis. John Morant's going to be getting into the paint. You also have Zach Edey there. Oh, yeah, and that guy, Jaren Jackson Jr. Phoenix. All right, mostly jump shooters. Maybe it doesn't hurt you quite as much, but still not ideal. Oh, God. Wemby. teams that are trying to catch up to you. Same thing with Phoenix. So 3 in a row right here, critical stretch. You got a back-to-back Phoenix and San Antonio, and then you've got San Antonio again. Teams that are trying to catch you in the standings, they can lose serious ground right here, and all 3 of those guys are definitely out still mid-March here. Houston, Sengun, yikes. Philly, Embiid. How's that going to go? Probably not well. Indy, does Miles Turner punish you that much? Probably not, but still not ideal. Detroit, well, I mean, death by Jalen Duren rebounds, right? Brooklyn, okay, you're probably all right against Brooklyn. Karl Anthony Towns with the Knicks, who have a bunch of really good rebounders. Orlando, they do a pretty decent job on the glass. Chicago, Brooklyn, okay, you're all right there. Atlanta, you're probably okay there. Zubats. I mean, Pirtle with Toronto, if they're playing him, who knows? They'll be in tank mode. It's tough. This is a tough schedule for the Mavs. And so now that we've got confirmation that these guys are out for that much time, the Dallas Mavericks, they're going to have their work cut out for them. Now, on the plus side, they right now have the 20th most difficult schedule remaining in the NBA based on Tankathon's remaining strength of schedule. That helps. That does help. They do have a relatively easier schedule, but how many of these matchups that should be easier become difficult because they don't have a center to throw? I mean, you play the 76ers. That should be an easier game, but you don't have a center to throw at Embiid. How's that going to work? There's some real challenges there. What if the Raptors play Jakob Poeltl? He might have a huge game. Now, that's later in the season. Maybe the Mavs have some guys back by then. But this is a Mavs team that has a lot of turmoil around them. Got a very, very angry fan base right now. And understandably, they're not happy with the Luka situation. Nico Harrison can't show his face anywhere. He went to an SMU game and was subjected to fire Nico chants. The team's owner, Patrick Dumont, showed up at the game and was getting booed out of the building and had to turn and say, is that for me? Are they booing me? Hell yeah, they're booing you. Fans are enraged over everything that's gone on with the Luka trade. They feel like they were robbed of a generational superstar. And again, I don't blame Mavs fans for being upset with what the team did there. But now, this team, now they've lost subscribers to their cable network or to their streaming network. They've lost subscribers. They've had fans turn in their season tickets, cancel their tickets, getting booed at home games, fire Nico chants, protests, kicking fans out of the building because they're saying fire Nico, which should never happen. These are rough times for the Dallas Mavericks, and now you're going into a very perilous portion of your schedule without an NBA center really to turn to. It's going to be Kyler Kelly. Dwight Powell, by the way, is also hurt. My goodness. I'll tell you what, everybody. I'm rooting for the Mavs. I hope that they can find some way to maintain, that they can find some way to stay in the mix. But you look at them right now, I don't know that a 3-game cushion now between them and the Suns is enough. Maybe the Suns are just, they tank enough games to where, and by the way, it looks like the Mavs game from tonight actually just settled here. So they won, and that put them on a 2-game win streak, gave them a little bit more space with Phoenix. I think if you're a Mavs fan, you got to be keeping a close eye on the Phoenix Suns and hoping the Suns don't make a serious push. That could be what saves the Mavs, because Sacramento's coming after them, Golden State's coming after them, and I think the Mavs are going to be in a tough spot without a center. This is terrible news, obviously not what we want to see. And Daniel Gafford, his regular season may be over. Derek Lively's out, and Anthony Davis. We hope he avoided surgery. Looks like that was going to be the news, but even then, I don't think he's back anytime soon. So we'll see if the Mavs can band together and find a way to pick up wins. Regardless, every single game is going to be critical for the Mavs. Their margin for error is simply not going to be there. Picked up an important win over the Miami Heat tonight. That helps sustain them a little bit. But man, been a rough last, week and a half or so for the Dallas Mavericks. Give me your thoughts, everybody, in the comment section down below. Are the Mavs going to make it? Can they hold on and make the playoffs, and doesn't require the Suns to continue to stumble for them to do it. Again, give me your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe right here. Till next time, see ya and stay safe.